Hey, listen, if you in your car, if you with your family, if you in the backyard having a cookout, I need you to turn this all the way up, cause it's about to go live. Woo! This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. I know you see the light and how it shines. I'm a child of God, why you look surprised? I'm super fly, I won't apologize, cause I won't get favor, I got flavor. Salt of the earth, I can't lose my savor. Jesus Christ, yeah, that's my savior. Eyes on the cross, I don't see no hate. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Yeah, yeah, I once was lost, but now I'm fine. I won't go. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. The show can't take it away. No, no. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. The show can't take it away. No, no. I faced a lot of things in my lifetime, but God stepped in at the right time. Picked me up when I was down. Nothing can stop me now. Never see the righteous forsaken. Everything that I suffered has taught me patience. All my help, it comes from you. You're the only one that pulled me through. So refreshed, I've been renewed. Feel like I just can't lose. Joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy that I have, yeah, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. No, no. This is what I need y'all to do for me. I need you to forget about your problems, grab your loved one by the hand, and take them to the dance floor, cause it's about to go down. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy, woo, this joy, this joy, this joy, this joy.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it and the world didn't take it away. Is that somebody's testimony today? I know it's mine. So thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Gregory Bloomfield, and you are watching episode 139 of the Motivation Moments podcast. I'm so glad that you're here. Like, share, and subscribe. I can tell you something. Thank you to all the new subscribers that came on within the last 24 hours, because a bunch of people subscribed to the podcast. So we must be doing something great. And I thank you for your support. So like, share, and subscribe. Let's build this channel. Let's build this community. And don't forget to hit the bell rather, so that you can get notifications. Facebook, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Follow the channel, Motivation Moments with Gregory Bloomfield. And also thank you to Instagram. I see a neat Auntie Speaks, and I want to say thank you and welcome to her. Hey, I want to highlight people that are from Canada. So we have a Canadian guest today. As you know, I'm originally from Toronto. Shout out to T.O. And I live in the state of Massachusetts, near Boston. So I want to say shout out to Boston as well. But my heart And my love is for my country and my city, which is Toronto, Canada, the country that raised me. So I'm trying to highlight more Canadian voices as well in the body of Christ, and people that are doing great things would be great guests and great messages for this podcast. So keep tuning in. You'll see more Canadian and American and hopefully some British folks. I want to be international. So that's the goal. We do it one episode at a time. Hey, listen, I want to make a big announcement. I said it last episode. You're probably wondering, do I wash this sweatshirt? And yes, I do. It's the new merch. Be encouraged, be inspired, be motivated. Motivation Moments. New merch drop on Thursday. So this coming Thursday, you'll be able to purchase a sweatshirt in 8 different colors and t-shirts. And I also believe we're going to have mugs as well. So you can get all of that stuff from sisterpamelapublishing.com. That's where we get our books, but we're also going to add a feature where you can get merch, and all proceeds help support this channel. And it's also a good way to have simple branding that will motivate and has a really positive message in your family and in your community. Cookout season is coming. So why not wear a t-shirt that is a conversation starter and has a positive message? Stop wearing Nike and all that stuff and making them rich when you can have an independent, Black-owned, woman-owned, veteran-owned company that's trying to do right on these internet streets. So thank you so much in advance for your support. And also, I want to highlight our wonderful producer, Alonda Kusamo. She has her book coming out, and her book is coming out, or I think it's actually out right now. It's called Dear God, I Want to Clap Back. For any of you that want to clap back, you trying to stay saved and you try not to cuss. You try not to get violent. You're not trying to get swept up in an arrest or get a warrant. This is the book for you. It's only $5 American, and it's a 30-day prayer devotional. And the purpose of it is to help you keep your peace in the midst of adversity. How many here know that victory belongs to you when you stay in God? So it's a wonderful book. Dear God, I Want to Clap Back, now available for purchase. And PayHip at AB Kusamo. We're going to put that in the chat, both YouTube and Facebook. I asked my producer to put those links. You can click during the broadcast if you're interested in getting this ebook. It's only $5, and it'll be digitally sent to you right away in your email if you have a device that will do ebooks for you. I want to get right into our conversation for today. Now, before I do that, I mentioned Sister Pamela Publishing. You probably know this book, The 522 Man. If you have this book, thank you for purchasing it. If you don't, you need to get it. All right. It's a book about manhood, biblical manhood. Each chapter talks about the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, long-suffering, and it ties it to manhood. So you want to get this book out of sisterpamelapublishing.com. If somebody can put the website in the chat, that'd be great as well. sisterpamelapublishing.com, Pamela with 2 L's. I think my wife is watching. She can put it in the chat as well. And then speaking of my wife, her book, Rooted in Boldness, Imperfect Women, Extraordinary Faith. If you're a woman and you want to increase your faith and see how there are women in the Bible who are not perfect, but God used them in spite of their imperfections, this is the book you need to get. Both of our books are Amazon bestsellers, and we'll hit number 1 on Amazon new releases. So thank you so much for your support. Order yours today. But it all started with this book, Parenting Teens, The Tug of War to Adulthood. Now, this book is what's called an anthology, which means there are many people who wrote one chapter. Now, I wrote a chapter in this book. You can see my big head. If I pull it up, here. This is me. All right. Ooh, he's easy on the eyes. And my chapter was entitled, here it is. Just a moment. My chapter is entitled Teens and Divorce. All right. My guest was a co-author in this book, and this is what she looks like. All right. She is Leatrice Lindsey, and she wrote Teens and No Parents. All right. So we have written a book together. We're co-authors. And this episode and next episode will be with two of the co-authors of this book. We're going to have another person. I'll mention her at the end. But Leatrice Lindsey, we have a lot in common. She is a Canadian just like me. We're both from Toronto. She now lives in Windsor, but she lived in many places in the boroughs of Toronto. Shout out to the Canadians in the house. If you are Jamaican or Canadian, put your flags up one time in the chat. And Leatrice is such a cool woman. She is a health and wellness life coach. She's a motivational speaker, and she's also a global leader, and she is a serial entrepreneur. And one of the things that she specializes in is she specializes in helping women, mothers, and visionaries turn their passion to purpose while transforming their mind, body, and spirit for divine oneness. Lindsey works with high-level women and empowers them to be confident and focused as they rebuild the foundations of their kingdom in 90 days or less. She is like the perfect guest for here because we're in the same line of work and we're both Canadians. So I'm going to say this with no apologies. If you hear some patois, you just have to play it back and understand because we're not going to have subtitles. So I feel very comfortable. She's a really, really cool woman. I'm so proud that we wrote an amazing book together with all the other authors. Shout out to P. Coffee Brown and DFG for the opportunity. It was both our first time writing, and the bug has been in us ever since. So without further ado, allow for me to introduce to you her first time on the podcast, my friend, my Canadian brethren-ette, Leatrice Lindsey.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, awesome and amazing. Thank you so much for having me here.
Oh, no problem at all. Listen, this book made history. Oh, you have it? Hey! Yes, sir. Yeah, so
yes,
you can get this book as well on my website. We still have some left.
Yes.
So yeah,
where it all started.
That's where it all started. You got any more? I'm getting ahead of myself, but you are writing anything else? Tell me if you are working on something right now, another book or.
Well, I'm still actually working on my first book. Haven't published it yet. Then this book came along to be my first book. But outside of that, I have plenty of journals that, guided questions and step-by-step, transformational questions in the journals, different topics, different lifelines. Those are the things that I've been publishing lately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and let me tell you something. Writing a book, writing 522, my wife writing Rooted in Bonus, we actually met through the same publisher. Shout out to Paulette Harper.
And Coach.
And,
okay.
Yeah, it wasn't coffee, but I worked with another publisher. So shout out to both of them because they both impacted my life.
Yes.
Yeah, but here's the thing is that when you start writing, especially when you write your solo book, it's so infectious. Like I'm working on another book right now, and so is my wife, and I got a whole bunch of titles in mind. So, it's I love it. I never thought,
It's like when you start, you just can't stop. It's in you. It's like you just have all these stories now you venturing out of you, and you need to put it on the paper because it's so transformative for yourself and individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we got to keep going.
Absolutely. Listen, this is your first time on the podcast. This is episode 139. Long time coming. Good evening, babe. How are you?
Yeah.
And we need to know, who are you? As they say in Jamaica, who that?
So when you see me, you know me.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know. Yeah. So,
Uh, man.
introduce yourself to this podcast. I read your bio, but who are you?
I mean, yes, outside of the bio, that is such a loaded question because as a multifaceted human being, I am, evolving each and every single day, ripping off these layers. So, I am healing, I am a healer, I am lovable, I am a mother, I am a creator, I'm a woman of God, a woman of purpose. Like I'm always in pursuit of just, life journey and transformation, right? That's who Leatrice is. And Latrice is forever walking around, becoming, and just, always having that smile because when you can smile, it's contagious. It's just like writing these books. It's just like, persons who are having tattoos. It's just contagious. You just want one. So yeah, that is Latrice. If you're in my, if you're in my environment, you're going to be inspired because I'm going to inspire you. You're going to be motivated because I'm going to motivate you. I just want to see the best for all of us, and that's just who I am.
Awesome. We're here with Leatrice Lindsey. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for bringing your tribe with you as well. If you are a part of Latrice's tribe, let yourself be known and say something in the comments. You know who you are. You better speak up. Talk loud.
Go.
So listen, in terms of how you inspire people and motivate people, you are a health and wellness coach. How do you merge motivations and motivating people rather and health and wellness? And what are you seeing particularly in the area of women's health?
Oh man. That's a good question because they go hand in hand because health and wellness is such a psychological thing. It's all in the mind. It's all in our behaviors. It's all in our habits. So when we can tap into that and break those barriers, then we can excel in any areas. Like health and wellness is, spiritual growth, your financial growth, your emotional growth. It's tapping into your social aspect. It's tapping into, the health, what you're eating, what you're feeding yourself. So those are the things that I do focus on. And what I'm seeing with women, it's like it's empowering. Many of us are not fully there yet, but when we can immerse ourselves in communities, amongst tribes, amongst network, it makes the process so much easier, right? So women rise above the challenges because that's what I do in my community. We hold a lot of challenges, one challenge after the next, because throughout the 90-day intermittent process. And I'm just seeing women excelling. I see women reaching their goals. I see women taking on the challenge and betting on themselves. So I'm loving that. Whereas where we are coming from in the health, we were so busy, like the genre of women that I focus on, mothers, women, we're so busy focusing on the children, focusing on work, focusing on life. Now that we're able to have some sort of balance, so to speak, navigating how to incorporate self-care, self-love, self-awareness into our day-to-day, so that all of that is wellness. And I'm so empowered every day and inspired because the women are taking leaps in those aspects.
That's awesome. And yeah, there's women nowadays are
powerful man.
Yeah. No, but women nowadays are very much more aware of their worth and more. They many of them have superpowers.
Yes, yes.
So obviously you're a very inspirational woman, and obviously when people are this inspirational, this impactful for other people, what ends up happening is it came from a source. I'm a Marvel guy. I love Marvel movies. And many times, many of the heroes that you see with the superpowers that they have, or even the villains, but superpowers and their strength, there's always a backstory, right? There's always an origin story, as they like to say. My wife and I just finished watching Daredevil, and one of the things with Daredevil is it shows how he became blind and how he became so proficient as a fighter and as a lawyer and all that stuff. What's Leatrice Lindsey's origin story? How did she become the woman that she is today? And who inspired you to be the inspirational person that you are for women's health and wellness?
I think over time I became I'm becoming still the person that I may have grown in the shadows of all my life, so to speak, like my mom. And I also speak about her in the book as well. It's like, she's always been that philanthropist. She's always been out there, always giving, always communicating, always just open and being out there with others. And as a child, I hated it because all my attention was going to other people. Now here I am, fast forward, it's my inspiration today. Because those were the seeds that she was planting, right? And I was able to see her in community. I see my mom do like amazing things, launch, just help other people in, like, especially in the churches. My mother is an evangelist. She has owned churches in the past. So now she's a part of, producing for like Jamaican music artists, gospel artists, in that sense. So she's always had her hands in the people, doing for the people. So I was always able to just see that in the shadows, and I just, it just became a part of me, because now I'm a mother, my children are grown, and through the entrepreneurial process, that's exactly what I tapped into. That type of, connection that I saw around me, modeled in front of me, not only through her, but just through many like-minded women around me. And that inspired me, because I love the connection. And they say the things that we thrive in are the things that we're lacking in sometimes, growing in. So we love a lot, we support a lot, because these are the things that we were missing, from our personal experience growing up. So I think all of that molded me into being the most amazing health and wellness coach right now, because it's experience, it's life, it's also theory, because I've become certified in many areas.
Okay. So you say your mother has produced gospel artists in Jamaica. Did she? Who's the one who? She was a major dance hall star, and then she became like, she just denounced everything.
Was it Lady Saw? Are you talking about Lady?
Yeah, Lady Saw. What's her name? Sister Mary or something?
I know. Yes.
Lady Saw, like she was like, for those of you who don't know who Lady Saw is, she's all over the internet. Lady Saw is one of the top, back in the day, the top dance hall artists.
Yeah.
And then she became born again, and she just did a total 180. And she became like
Swiftly and quickly, just like that.
Swiftly denounce it all. And then she became, what's her name? Sister Pat or Sister something. I don't know.
But that's a very big ministry, yes.
Yeah, she totally did. So does your mom interact with her, or does she have artists like that, or is that? And why I'm asking, sorry,
artists like that, but not interact with her specifically, for sure.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm asking the question because I mentioned again that she was 180. She turned around. Did you have a 180 moment where you were, which has led you to this point? Like, was there something like a moment in your life where it's like, okay, you were going this way, and then it's like, okay, I'm going to be in health and wellness. I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to, because you have 3 kids, you're a mother, you're an entrepreneur. What was the genesis of you working for yourself versus going through the traditional like corporate America or corporate Canada or whatever?
It's just, well, as a single mother, raising the children as a single mother or parenting alone is what I like to say. Um, I had to figure out resources to create that extra stream of income for my children that I wasn't getting. So I was
Mm.
always looking outside of the 9 to 5 and the regular corporate job. I was always, okay, well, let me open a t-shirt company because that can fund one child. Let me, you know, get a digital product out, let it fund the next child's expenses. And then, so that's how these multiple streams of income started coming in, because I had to basically learn how to offset what was lacking. And I'm always teaching, use what's in your hands. So I had to implement that in my life. And that's exactly what I did. So the pivotal moment is that I've been in health and wellness for over 20 years as a PSW or a CNA in America, right? And I somehow got sick, and I think that journey happened because God wanted me to pivot. I got to a point where the doctor told me, "Hey, you gotta stop. I don't care what you're doing. You gotta
Mm.
stop. You gotta find ways to rest. You got to find ways to just be outside and be amongst nature." And that's so controversy to what most doctors tell you, but
Right,
God has
right.
been so good to align me with the people who are sending me in the right direction during that journey. So I was able to basically just retire myself because I had to. And one of the ways, again, I had to get into, I found the health and wellness industry,
Mm.
and but from the healing aspect of it instead of the aiding aspect, whereas going in to make sure I'm nursing, I'm making sure you're maintaining the meds that you gave, maintaining your daily life, versus let's heal and restore, because I had to now go through that process first. So while I was going through that process, I was living it out loud, and that's via social media,
Yeah.
telling people what I was doing, showing them the process. And then that's how the community started evolving. That's how now um, customers started evolving. That's how now I started developing a network and started growing into that direction. So it all happened because life, life, I
Yeah.
had to go through my own journey.
Yeah. It's kind of organic how it happens. Is like you mentioned that you got sick.
Yeah.
And let me say this for people who may not. One thing with, and I'm not trying to sound stereotypical, but I will say this: Jamaicans love to work,
Work.
and the stereotype that, like, when you're 14, you must have 3 jobs, or else you're lazy.
Yes.
Yeah, we work hard, and I know other people do as well. But I can, just to be relatable, I know that I had like 2 jobs when I was in the summers in high school, and that was just normal. I saw my mom work 2 3 jobs being a single mother as well, and that was to provide a lifestyle that we wanted. So it's hard to stop being that way even as an adult until sickness hits.
Yep. Yep. Burnout. Burnout.
The times that I rest is when I'm sick. Seriously,
Yeah.
I'm always thinking of something. I'm always thinking of the next move, right? So it's amazing that when you say that your health and wellness business enterprise and speaking some of that came out of a reset versus, well, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. It came more out of necessity to pivot versus this was the plan A, right?
Right. Right.
So
Absolutely.
how does we're talking about Boston balanced, and it sounds like you're still busy with the multiple streams of income, and you said you're a mother. How do you do it all? And when have you learned how to rest in the midst of all of this?
Yeah, all I do is rest.
Oh,
I'm resting right now.
this is this isn't work. This is rest. Yeah,
This is
this is
rest.
rest.
When you
Mhm.
love what you do, it becomes rest and it becomes play. When you can make it fun and make it a part of your daily living, it just happens. It's yeah. When you compartmentalize what I do, it seems like a whole lot. Um, but I'm able to incorporate them all together, and it's all in one stream, right? It's either service or product, but they all combine the same.
Mhm.
Technology has allowed us to streamline those and put them on automation and do things in that nature. So I'm able to create these multiple streams, but also put them on automation so that
Mhm.
they work for me, whether when I'm sleeping, whether I'm out, with the children, whether I'm out at work or something in that nature.
Mhm.
But to get here, it did take a lot of focus. It did take a lot of overnights, and I still have, and we still have to work overnight because we're building something that like an enterprise, a dynasty. So
Mhm.
we're gonna continuously work. But what I'm teaching and what I've learned for myself is that we have to learn to incorporate those self-care moments, those rest time. We have to say, what, give ourselves those deadlines. I have to wake up early, whether it's 5:30, 6 o'clock, 4 a.m. That means I got to go to bed at a certain time at night for me to actually be at my optimal best,
Mhm.
right? If I need that extra energy, I cannot keep going on overtime and burnout. But like you said at the beginning, it's like we are so accustomed to doing this. We don't even realize that we are burning out ourselves or we're working in stress mode because we're so used to working. We're like, oh, we're not stressed because that's not what stress looked like. Yes, I had to realize that the overwork that I was doing was stress. It was a different form of stress. So I had to learn how to put that in a healthy, balanced way. And that's how I do it. You had to literally get that pen and paper, go old school, write it down, set those goals, see what those look like, and kind of work with an agenda day by
Mhm.
day. So that really helps with the balance. And then delegate. You can't do it by yourself.
Mhm.
Can't do it by yourself.
You can do it by yourself.
Jesus had
You know,
12
you know the
disciples.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey,
We're we're here with Leatrice, Lindsey. If you're enjoying the conversation, why don't you subscribe? Why don't you like and comment? If you even have a question for this serial entrepreneur, if you're a woman who has a business and you're trying to get it to scale, because it sounds like you Latrice is at scale right now, why not ask her a question to find out how she does it? And while you're posing the question, I want to ask you another question. Is that you mentioned that you have health and wellness, your health and wellness business, you speak to various women, you speak to a lot of people, you say that you are a global impactor. Tell me about some of your greatest wins. Like when you are on this business journey, you have different moments. What would you say is your proudest moment? And what was a moment? I'm not going to say that you failed, but I'm going to say, what was your biggest teachable moment in the process of being a bossed and balanced woman?
hmm.
We try to go deep here on motivation.
Very well. One of my biggest wins is being on this podcast.
Hey,
Everybody,
hey, what's
right?
up, Dawn? How are you?
Follow, tap in, be a part
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
But just oh God, I have so many wins, and that's one of the things of entrepreneurs. They come so quickly that we're on to like the next thing and the
Mm,
next thing, so that we don't really focus on the right now win. But I mean, becoming an author, a best-selling author and co-author, being in network marketing rooms, having conversations with people that I wouldn't even had conversation with had I stick and stayed, have had I not taken that jump and say, let me go to this event, let me connect with this person or reach out to this person. Creating an online presence. These things are win, because these are there are so many people who are timid to even make those jumps. They have this barrier of fear, right? So those are the things that are win to me. We have local. I'm starting to navigate off. Building online is one thing, but then touching like grassroots in the community. I've been in this city for about 10 years now. When I left Toronto now.
Toronto, you're in Windsor now, which is, for those who don't know, literally you can look out your window and see Detroit.
Detroit, right there.
So literally a border town. Windsor, Ontario, Canada. You drive one street, you hit the border, and you're literally in Detroit. Literally. So shout out to everyone in Michigan who's watching.
Yeah, 313. Hello.
313.
Yeah. So just being here and just getting to know the who's who, just making my connections here and being recognized in the industry that I'm in, and just for the products that I provide and how I'm helping people all over the world reach their health goals, commit to and keep accountable to their strives. Now, when it comes to the law, or the lessons that I've learned, is just really learning. Oh God, I've learned so much over the years. 2024 really took me out. It was definitely a lesson year. It was a year of learning, where God said, "Girl, sit down. Let me be in control." I was always so in control in every aspect of my life, that learning to let go and accepting all the losses, because I don't know if anybody know the book of Job and how Job had to go through to come through.
Yeah,
right.
Talk about it. Elaborate on that. You had you didn't get boils and have someone say curse God and die.
It's a spiritual battle. It's a spiritual battle, and when you see losses, things are taken away. Your finances are being depleted. Your motivation is going. It's like a big fight. So they're like those are the things that I had to experience, but I had to get a setback to get a reset, so to speak, right? It's like that boomerang effect. You get pulled back and you got to keep pulling, and you're eager to go. You're ready. Open that door, God, let me go.
Yeah.
But then you have to wait. So
it's funny that you say that. I don't mean to cut you, but you said that in 2024 that you had to, God put you through some trials, and you had to let go of control and let God be God. Like the song, let God have his way.
Let God have his way.
I really believe, it just triggered me when you said that in a good way, is that I believe for people who are entrepreneurs and people in the kingdom, God, see, you have to go through a test to have a testimony. When you are going through a business, I think God on purpose puts you in a situation where sales slow down, things get more expensive. Like I got buddies right now that have businesses. One of my good friends, shout out to Max, he has a construction business, and he's going through some hard times because of them blasted tariffs.
Yup.
No, the cost of steel and materials is like twice the price. Yeah. And he's got deadlines, and now people are not able to, the construction jobs are not as flourishing as before because people are holding on to their money, right? So it's more of a challenge. But I say that to say, I just believe that's the quest of the entrepreneur, is that at some point in time, God is going to have sales dry up. You're going to have more closed doors and open doors. Close the door, Marvin said. But it's like you're going to have more. I don't know why. You're going to have more closed doors and open doors. And this is where you really got to ask yourself, is this really God's will?
Those questions too.
Yeah. You wonder how I know?
Because you've been.
Yeah. Uh-huh. How did God work that out for you where you knew that it was his will and he told you keep on going? Tell me that.
Man, and did and will and still going. Like God is just so amazing. Like it's just I don't even know how to explain it. It's just something in you that that outside of this it's a brighter light, it's a better place, and it's a lighter load. You're not worried. You just know you got to pass this obstacle. And this is why I said at the beginning, you got to be clear on your vision. When you know the vision for your life, the vision that set out for you for change, for transformation, for God's people, you got to hold fast to that vision. Because obstacles will happen. Right? You're going to go through the wilderness. You're going to go through that desert. It could be the 40 days. It could be the 40 years. It could be a lifetime.
90 days
before
you see a check.
If you really focus.
But you have a dip in your savings.
Exactly. You have to, but you have to know. And you will have that knowing within yourself. That's where the clarity comes in, right? And God is waiting on you to move, right? It's here for us. But we still have to go to the pursuit. We still have to go towards it. We still have to trust the process and walk boldly in it. We see the ditch over there and we can't see the bridge, but we know when we get closer, the bridge is going to be there. Like I didn't know, for example, that I had two, when I wrote this book. When the third child became teen, I didn't know how important this book was going to be for me. Because the lessons that were written in this prior to me going through this, because God would never lead you where he will lead you. It was already equipped and it was already prepared, right? The lessons before us. So I
got one too.
Yeah, you gotta get one too.
I gotta get. Where can I get one?
Those of you watching, you gotta get one if you don't have it in your library yet.
Yeah.
But like honestly, like you are equipped. We are equipped. It's just for us to trust in ourselves and have that confidence.
It's funny that you're saying that, and I agree with everything you said. And those, for women that are listening, I want to echo exactly what Leatrice is saying, but I'm going to use it in a parable. And I've said this before on this podcast, but many times in this podcast, just to be transparent, I felt like giving up, especially, listen, Leatrice, you were actually, this whole YouTube thing, this Facebook thing, remember when I was just on Instagram and I called you up from the Chicago airport and I just said, hey, you want to come on? Come on.
Oh, yes.
And it was just like me and you.
Yes. I remember that. That was like one of the first slides. Yeah.
The first one on Instagram. I'm sitting waiting for my bags. And I said, let me just do a teaching. And then you came on, and then it was just like me and you, and maybe one other person that was there for 20 seconds. And then like dip, they gone. It was just me and you on the live.
And look on your dog, chat.
Look, no, no, but the parable is that there's a story of a man who his business was to take people across a river, and he was a Christian man. And what he did was he carved the word faith in one oar and works on the other oar. I didn't feel like preaching, but let me just dip this. And if you receive this, audience, put an amen, sow a seed or whatever. But faith in one oar, works in the other. He wondered, people who got in the boat were wondering, why would he do something like this? And he said, okay, watch this. he took in the canoe. Remember, he's supposed to take people to the other side. He took the oar that had works, put it in the boat, and just paddled with faith. And those of you who've been in a canoe or a kayak know that if you take one oar and just pound on one side, you're going to turn in a circle and get nowhere. Then he did the same thing by putting faith in the boat and took out works and started paddling, went around in the opposite direction. Then he took faith and works and paddled with both of them. Here's the lesson for the 10, 12 people who are listening to this. In order for you to get to the other side, I feel my help now. In order for you to get to the other side, in order for you to get to your God-given destiny, it requires faith and works working hand in hand. They gotta both work. And that's when you start seeing movement. It's not enough to have faith, but you also have works. It's not enough to have works, but you gotta have faith. You gotta believe that God is not gonna fall short on his word. That's why the Bible says, with faith without works is dead. And that's why you show your faith by your works. You don't just talk, chat. No, you have to have faith and works working together. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. Yes, God.
So true.
So true.
And I strongly believe that. And it has to go together. You're right. Because it's the power that fuels us. We have to have, it gives us the strength and it gives us the belief. It gives us the knowing to know that, yes, this too shall pass. Yes, there is a better way. And it's so important for us to know the word. And so many of us know it, but we're not living true to it. We have to believe it.
There are times, like even with this podcast, thank you, Regina. There are times in this podcast where it's like, I feel like giving up, but then you have to remember Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. You have to remember 1 John 4. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. You got to remember Psalms 37. I've never seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread. So
I know the plans I have for you. Listen.
Jeremiah 29:11. Yeah.
Listen. Come on. You got to know it. You have to live it and you have to believe it. Yes, you're going to look crazy. Yes, you may look out of the matrix. Yes, but you have to be different. You are cut from a different cloth. You are not the same. You are not, we are supposed to be, we're not supposed to be conformed to this place, to not a person, to not a thing. We are not attached to anything. We should be free from all things. And that's just one of the things. I live by that.
And you have to live by faith. And the other thing, Leatrice, which I think is really important, is it's important to die empty.
Yes. Yes, you have
Miles Monroe said it. Miles Monroe said, there are a lot of unfulfilled dreams that are in the cemetery.
Powerful.
And you use the word, as we have about 6 minutes left. And I want to end on this because I commend you for your entrepreneurial work and what you're doing. And the word that comes to me is the word legacy. Like, you are building, your son and your two daughters must be hella proud of you. You know?
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. They're my cheerleaders. They're so supportive and they're encouraging. Definitely. If I don't hear from anybody else, I do hear from them.
Yeah.
I do appreciate them. Those are my blessings.
So tell me how much they inspire you. They inspire you a lot. Like when you feel that you can't make it, you look at them and say, they're dependent on me. Not just monetarily, but just in terms of vision and example.
It's so funny because now, again, like I said, those of you who don't know, I have a 20-year-old. So when my son actually turned 18, he was like, Mom, did you ever think you were going to have an 18-year-old? I'm like, why? I didn't know. I didn't think this far.
How you mean? Yeah, I agree about why, Yeah.
So, but just to see them work through their diversities, their challenges, grow, and evolve in the way, because taking them away from home, what they know as home, and bringing them to an isolated city was it's a pivotal shift for them. So just like, I'm proud to see how they have evolved. I'm proud how we have, grown to have that teamwork, make the dream work, that, delegation. We are working together. Whatever mom can't do, let's try to help as much as possible. And again, mamas, through the healing process, it's so hard to heal around children. So often people want to hide, or, sometimes you can't hold back the tears. Sometimes you can't hold back the anxieties and stuff. But one of the key things that I did with my children, I'm like, we're healing together. I had to explain to them, hey, this is where I am. This is why I'm here. This is what healing is going to look like. So even though I may look sad, it's the process. Even if I may seem angry or agitated, these are all things that are filtering out through me. Now we equip them with tools. What can you do while mama or dad or grandma, whomever your guardian is going through this process? Create a space, create that environment where we can laugh together, where we can, share a good story, spend time together. Just create a lighter environment for yourself, and help them to do that for you. Be open to receive, right? So these are the things that, just working together on this journey of wellness, it has been inspiring to me.
And I love that you're saying that people that have family businesses or involve their kids in their business, like for me, like my wife is an integral part of Motivational Moment. She's the one who does the flyers. She's the one, even if I'm not available to do an interview, she can do it for me. Nice. And she actually, if you see episode, I think it's 136, she led a panel discussion on menopause, because I couldn't do it. Because I look stupid to talk about menopause. Me?
We don't want
so tell me about how you feel perimenopause. You think it's going to be successful with me, me talking about menopause and mansplain? No. So here it is.
That's a beautiful alignment.
Everybody put this in the chat. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Everybody type that in the chat. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
And you got living proof of it with Miss Leatrice Lindsey. This was an amazing time. How can people reach you?
Well, I do have a website where everything is whole. Subscribe to the website, smiledynasty.com. You will find products. You can find links to my services, or even to book an appointment to have a one-on-one chat with me. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Becoming Trice, Becoming Trice, Becoming TRICE.
Mm-hmm. So Smile Dynasty, one word, SmileDynasty.com, and Instagram, Becoming Trice, which is her name, drop the LENA. Becoming Trice. We'll put that information in the chat, YouTube and Facebook. So thank you so much for coming on. This was amazing. Thank you to everybody, your tribe who's come in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for being. This was, it's good to talk to a Canadian,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Good vibes.
Like good music and good food, and all these things are happening.
It's like ackee and saltfish and the beans in my oxtail. So for the vegans, your tofu. Anyway, listen, get the book, Parenting Teens. You can get on my website at sisterpamelapublishing.com. You can get all of our products. Thursday, we're dropping merch. as well. Be encouraged, be inspired, be motivated. And on Thursday, we have someone else who's an author in this book who's coming on the next show, episode 140. Let me show. Well, let's pull up the flyer. Alonda, if you could pull up the flyer. Watch. We have the flyer. It's coming. Where's the Well, until Alonda brings it up, it's going to be, remember Chandra?
I literally just opened her chapter. When I said who's coming, her chapter opened, answered. Wow.
So, this woman.
Look at that.
She will be, it'll be her. Yes. So she will be on the show on Thursday. So you better watch.
Yes, we sharing it out. Watch and share, guys. Let's go.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to log out for the night, but thank you so much for tuning in. This is Leatrice, Lindsey. My name is Gregory Bloomfield. Thank you for tuning in this evening. Have a really good week. For those of you in America, I pray that you have a great Memorial Day weekend. And for the folks in Canada, your Victoria Day weekend was last week, and I hope it was really good. So until the next time, God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening. My name is Gregory Bloomfield. This is Leatrice, Lindsey. Be encouraged, be inspired, and be motivated. God bless you. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
All right. Where's Alonda? We have to play the music. Yes, joy that I have. World didn't give it to me, and the world ain't.
Hey, listen, if you in your car, if you with your family, if you in the backyard having a cookout, I need you to turn this all the way up, because it's about to go live. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. I know you see the light and how it shines. I'm a child of God, why you look surprised? I'm super fly, I won't apologize, cause I walk in favor, I got flavor. Salt of the earth, I can't lose my savor. Jesus Christ, yeah, that's my savior. Eyes on the cross, I don't see no hate. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Yeah, yeah, I once was lost, but now I'm fine. I won't go. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. No, no. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. No, no. I faced a lot of things in my lifetime, but God stepped in at the right time. Picked me up when I was down. Nothing can stop me now. Never see the righteous forsaken. Everything that I suffered has taught me patience. All my help, it comes from you. You're the only one that pulled me through. So refreshed, I've been renewed. Feel like I just can't lose. Joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy that I have, yeah, yeah, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. No, no. This is what I need y'all to do for me. I need you to forget about your problems, grab your loved one by the hand, and take them to the dance floor, cause it's about to go down. This joy that